Thank you very much for downloading the podcast of The Leak. We hope you enjoy the show. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio Wales.
Recorded live in front of a studio audience.
Nigel, sorry. Can I just stop you there? 'Cause this week is going to be a bit of a weird show.
But it's my favourite bit of the show.
Yeah, well, it's your only bit, Nigel. There is,
that's true.
There is no studio audience with us today. I'm surprised you haven't really noticed, Nigel. Let me tell you what's going on, right, Nigel? I'm surprised you haven't noticed. There's a pretty good precedent for doing things a bit like this. In 2012, Jimmy Fallon did this over in New York when he sent his audience home for their own safety during Hurricane Sandy. And of course, there was a very poignant time that the Now Show over on Radio 4 performed to an empty room the day of the attempted terrorist attacks in London back in 2005. So today, we've got an audience, similar sort of reason really, because the guys who own this venue have double booked it with an office Christmas party. So, we are doing our show 3 hours earlier. But we're going to try and keep things as normal as we possibly can. If you listen regularly, you'll know I always start the show with a series of jokes about the week's news. Now, just because we've got no audience in the room, by the way, that laughter there was our crew and all the people who work here, but there's no actual audience. That doesn't mean there's not a lively bunch ready to be entertained out on the streets of Wales. Have a listen to this. So, looks pretty good. Everyone looks pretty busy. Oh, what's been going on this week then in Wales and the world? Did you guys hear what Donald Trump said about Muslims? That guy's got to pay. No, he's so out of date. He's a Whig. It's an old political party. Do you want to hear? I've got a joke. Do you want to hear? The first 2 minutes of the new Star Wars film has been leaked online. It's quickly followed by 2 million Star Wars fans leaking offline. Go on, bro. No, there's no staff here. We're just renting a room out, I'm afraid. No worries, mate. No worries. Just to give you some context, that was genuinely a man interrupting my comedy monologue to the general public to ask if he could hand his CV in to get a job at this venue. And what you didn't hear in that recording was me telling him not to, because this place double book rooms. And also, Sports Direct are in the news for paying their employees less than the minimum wage. When the employees asked for more money, they were told to jog on. They must feel like massive mugs. Am I right? Okay, cheers then. Back to me in the studio. Me. Thank you very much, me. Right, let's get on with this show and welcome tonight's fabulous guests. Firstly, he's a brilliant comedy writer. He won the Best Newcomer Award at his 10th Edinburgh Festival visit. Would you please welcome the wonderful Tom Parry?
Hey, Parry, that girl. No matter what you say, Parry, that girl.
Beautiful. Tom Parry, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Is this the weirdest gig you've ever done?
Yeah, well, my apologies, because I booked my office party to be in here in a few hours' time, so I feel partly responsible for this.
That's cool. That sort of explains the costume, but that's great. You do look like a real bear. It's wonderful. Right, second up, he's a wonderful comedian, a brilliant writer, and a very recent sharer of a bed with a Manic Street preacher. Would you please welcome the fabulously tall Clint Edwards? Dave Cribb there on the keys. Clint, I will talk to you in a second, but Dave, you hadn't planned a song there, had you?
No.
You just made that up.
It's very hard to find a song that has a word that rhymes with Clint in it.
Thanks a lot. Clint, can you explain the Manic Street Preacher thing in a nutshell?
We were trekking in Patagonia, raising money for Velindre, and then you stay in these little refugios, these little huts, but everyone has to sleep with each other.
Wow,
For charity.
Yeah, of course. Let me sponsor you. So you have genuinely spent a night with a Manic Street preacher?
Yeah, well, we're all upstairs sharing a double bed. So I was with James, and Sean was there as well. I don't know who he slept with.
Who else was on the trip?
Derek Brockway, Rod Gilbert.
Right, okay, and finally, because we have no studio audience today, as I might have mentioned once or twice, we do have a spare chair. So we've got 3 guests on the show. Now, this guy is very well known for being in 8 Harry Potter films, and it says here 42 Bluestone movies. Incredible. Would you please welcome the wonderful Matthew Lewis?
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around. It's Matt Lewis.
How are you, Matt? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know what I'm doing here, but
I don't think any of us do. Don't worry about it. Don't let that get to you. It's fine. Just to paint a picture for those of you at home, it sort of looks like a parliamentary inquiry in a nightclub. It's true. There's just there's just loads of white men looking slightly judgy. It's absolutely horrendous. It's going to be fine. Let's get on with the news now. In a week where Angela Merkel, Tom Parry, do we say Angela or Angela? What's your take?
Well, I always have to check myself. I like saying Angela, but Angela's funnier, isn't it?
It is a bit. Angela Merkel.
Yeah.
She's won Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, previous incumbents of this include Planet Earth.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Planet
that's
Earth.
a bit of a cop-out,
Isn't it?
Make a decision, Time.
Is it one person or all of people? And all the animals and all the oceans?
Because, I mean, there's a lot of bad people on planet Earth. If you're going to give it to everyone.
You're absolutely right. That was going to be our opening gambit of the show, in fact, Tom. Well done. There are a lot of bad people on the Earth. So let's talk about some of our favourite bad guys. So, for example, this week, Tyson Fury.
Here's the thing about Tyson Fury. He's called Tyson Fury. So him being a bit of a rotter, that's not a surprise, right? He sounds like a supervillain.
He would be really bad at working in a charity shop.
Yeah.
Like, hello, Cancer Research, Tyson Fury speaking. It's never going to work.
It sounds like a supervillain or a really bad brand of condoms. Wow. Tyson Fury. If you're going out tonight offending women, don't forget to carry Tyson Fury.
He said some extraordinary things this week. He was talking about Jessica Ennis-Hill, saying she slaps up pretty good.
She slaps up pretty good. Which we said before, but you don't say it, do you? That's the thing.
But it's incredible how he has gone. And also because he's lost one of his titles. Matt, are you a fan of boxing, Matt Lewis? Do you like
I like boxing. Yeah. And obviously the kind of the idea of upsetting the world heavyweight champion is a little. Not for me, but I don't think. That's a good point.
I'm sure all women listening are going, thanks a lot for that, man.
I mean, I don't think anyone.
You side with the bigot. Well
anyone
done.
listens to this anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. You have been well produced by producer Dave.
I will go ahead and upset him without wanting to go the pre-watershed. What did you say? A rotter. Yeah. I mean, he is a horrible man, isn't he? I mean,
really is.
The stuff that he's coming out with is just. Although you've got to sort of say with his sort of his sort of Christian views, at least you've got to give him the respect that he goes by the book. He doesn't cherry pick things. I guess you got to try to go with that.
That's true. He definitely hasn't taken the more modern bits of the Bible. He's taken all of the Bible.
Yeah, Leviticus. That's the one for me.
Maybe he's just started it. He's still in the Old Testament.
He'll catch up.
That's why it's in the angry phase. And it's like next year, Tyson's going to get onto the back bit and go, love everyone.
He's a slow reader.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it is.
I was going to say, next year for the Bible, give him 10 years tops. In 10 years, Tyson Fury is going to be very reasonable. Someone who's getting more and more unreasonable as well is, of course, we have to talk about this person on this show, Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean...
He's another supervillain figure, isn't he?
He's extraordinary.
He genuinely looks like he's out of a Superman film. He's going to be bad. You know he's going to bring about the end of the world.
But this is the problem that I have with Donald Trump, is that it's looking increasingly likely that people are actually going to vote for him. He's not a kind of... I don't know what an equivalent we have in this country. A lot of people compare him to Nigel Farage, and not that I want
Boris Johnson.
Yeah, but Boris Johnson could well be Prime Minister one day. Nigel Farage gets a lot of votes in this country. Donald Trump is far more extreme than either of those people, and yet he's got a really high approval rating. It's really scary.
He's just become best pals with Katie Hopkins today.
That's how bad
Twitter.
it's got. That's how bad it's got.
Wow, what a pair.
Yeah, right.
Let's have a look at some of Donald Trump's tweets. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Katie Hopkins. The politicians of the UK should watch Katie Hopkins of dailymail.com on Fox News. Many people in the UK agree with me. That's one comment that he said. He's right as well. We should definitely watch Katie Hopkins. The United Kingdom is trying hard to disguise their massive Muslim problem. Everybody is wise to what is happening. Very sad. Be honest, Tom Parry, a massive Muslim problem. I mean...
It's genuinely terrifying. I'm not defending him, but you can see his appeal in that he sounds like a lunatic. Yeah. And, like, he doesn't...
like lunatics.
Yeah, they do,
it's fun.
And he comes out and goes, build a wall! And everyone goes, yeah! Like, he does very simple things, He's like... He approaches politics like it's an apprentice challenge. Like, that's what he does.
He's sort of like a Woodhouse character in that he's really funny, like Spode in Woodhouse, where he's really funny, and you go, ha ha ha, what? And he's now in power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a bit disturbing. But there is people like Bernie Sanders and stuff in the race that are a nice balance for it. But he's not getting all the headlines. It's the lunatics that do that.
Donald Trump is so right-wing, he's not really on the political spectrum. Would you say that's true, Matthew? He feels like he's just complete. The stuff he's saying doesn't really have right-wing or left-wing. It's just what?
Insanity.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy. I mean, I think if you give someone enough rope, they're eventually going to hang themselves. And
Yes.
he's a prime example of that, because like what the worrying thing would have been is if he kept all this to himself, become the president, and then started doing it. The fact that we know he's got it now,
This
it's
is
like,
very true.
okay,
He's done it
well,
right. There's this petition which has arrived, and it's now got, I don't know how many people will have signed it by the time you're listening to this. At the moment, it's on about 400,000 who want to ban Donald Trump from the UK, Clint, for saying this thing, specifically the thing about Muslims, I think. Do you think that's right, that we should be banning people for having abhorrent opinions like that?
No.
Good answer. Okay. No, I'm fine with that. Right, okay, let's move on. Now, this week, Storm Desmond, arguably the most politely named storm ever, has caused a torrid time for people in the north of England and Ireland. 45,000 homes have been left without power. It's caused £500 million worth of damage. It's been awful to watch. I'll come to you on this first of all. Tom, what have you made of what you've been seeing? A lot of people seem to be blaming the government for not investing properly in flood defences.
Yeah, I mean, I have a terrible reaction to floods because my first genuine reaction when I see a flood is, whoa, that's a bit cool, isn't it? And then when you listen to the problem and you go, oh God, your house is ruined.
Yeah, it's awful.
You still can't beat a shot of like a guy in waders carrying a tray full of tea. Like it's such a British image where they go, we're dealing with it the best way we can.
I know. But the problem is, a lot of the time with these things is that you see the news and the story now when people are at their houses and there is that kind of community thing, people coming together and they're helping each other. And you're right, that's lovely, and good things happen. These guys aren't going to be at their houses for like 8 months to a year.
Yeah.
They've got to go and rent houses. Apparently, all the houses that they would normally rent in that situation, those have been flooded as well.
Oh, God.
I know. It's really...
Yeah.
To be fair, it's pretty hard for us, Matt, to be getting some kind of comedy currency out of this. Obviously, this is a really sad story. It's happened very quickly. But there is political stuff as well. For example, the funding for flood defences has dropped a lot in the last 5 years specifically.
Well, do you know what? I read it yesterday that apparently one of the biggest problems was that they'd put all this money into defences, as in from the riverbanks, etc.
Yeah.
And so when it came down in rainfall, 6 foot in however it was, the defences worked the opposite way and stopped the water getting back into the river and away. So it had the complete adverse effect.
I'm not an engineer. But I might have foreseen that the water would come from the sky.
So I think it's not a
The
problem
water's
with
coming from which
funding.
direction, you say? Oh, get back down there! My tubes are all wrong.
Seriously though, our thoughts are with the people.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want to be glib about that. That is really serious. Okay, let's move on now. Now this is a great topic. This is great dad's chat, quite frankly. Petrol prices down to £1 a litre, Matt.
Yes.
I should have said that when you were taking a sip of your latte there.
I'm just so excited.
I know, me too. I might get a selfie taken next to the price board at a petrol station when it goes beneath £1. I mean, it's like the old days.
Well, it's cheaper than a litre of water from WH Smith, isn't it? So I might start making my tea with that.
Yeah. Clint, it's so cheap, isn't it?
Oh, it's cheap. It's cheap. I imagine there's so many blokes up and down the country thinking, I don't know what we are doing with our foreign policy, but if this is a result, keep doing it.
Long may that continue.
I can fill up the Cortina and I don't need to do it for another month.
Tom Parry, I mean, you've driven here, so your expenses for this show,
Yeah.
they've dropped.
I know, it's a shame because I've spent them all in the Wetherspoons already.
Yeah, what do you make of this? A great Christmas for dads, better even than when sat-navs were all the rage and dads were getting sat-navs.
It gives me something to talk about when I go back to visit my girlfriend's family. That's the best thing.
So, because my wife's family are up in the north and petrol's a bit cheaper up there. And when you go up there, you're like,
there you go.
106 a litre?
Yeah, and then you get a few minutes out of that chat.
And then
your route, how you got to the house. And then,
what made you come?
And then let's put the telly on.
And then slowly simmering resentments over the next few days. Right, okay, let's move on. Now, this week saw the bright lights of Hollywood shine on our very own Wales, albeit briefly, when the comedian Sarah Silverman did a tweet in Welsh.
Did she?
Very exciting, yeah. That's what she said.
Diolch yn fawr.
So now we assume it's because she's going out with Michael Sheen, but it could be because Welsh is taking over the world. So on that flimsy premise, we thought that we'd build on this and send back some classic Welsh phrases for Americans to use. So basically, we want American people to start using Welsh terminology on a daily basis. It's time to send some cultural imperialism back their ways, guys. Come on. We've got McDonald's. It's time we gave them some brains. The beer, of course. I mean the beer. So we are going to get our guests to attempt an impression of an iconic American saying something iconically Welsh. For example, if Morgan Freeman asked exactly whose coat that jacket belonged to. It's that kind of thing. So Matt,
I thought you were going to...
I
wanted to hear your Morgan Freeman. Then.
How would that sound?
Offensive?
Yeah, that's the problem. Hang on, it's fine. I'm happy to offend. Whose coat's that jacket? How was that?
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
It was just bizarrely all right.
It was all right, wasn't it? Thank you very much. It was okay, wasn't it? Genuinely, everyone in the room who knows me is going, that was okay. So can you pass this along to Matt Lewis, please? He's going first.
I've got to start.
You're starting, mate, yeah. Just so you know, Matthew Lewis has got his head in his hands.
Matthew's hoping that he pulls out of the hat Guy from Harry Potter.
So Matt, don't tell us who you're being.
Matt.
We've got to try and guess who it is you're being after.
I can't believe we're going
you've
to
done
the proper
impression.
actor first. That's a bit harsh on us, isn't it?
No, it's really not. Don't worry about it. Jeez, okay. Oh, right. What is it, to be honest? I'm not being funny, but we've got to start thinking about what happens after Warren Gatland.
That is good.
That's green grass from Heartbeat.
That's a great reference.
That was very strong. That was, well, I think I know. Tom Parry, who do you think that was?
Pacino.
Yeah, it was Pacino. Was that Pacino?
Really good Pacino.
That was Al Pacino, wasn't it?
It was Al Pacino. It was meant to be. Yeah.
And Tom's next. That was Matt Lewis finally doing an impression of Al Pacino saying something very Welsh. Okay, Tom Parry, over to you. Take your time. You're in time.
No. I've started.
Yeah, I want you to get into character. I know you've got a process.
No, sorry, love. I'm stuck coming through the Bringlass tunnels. I'll be there now in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Tidy.
Very good as well. Clint, who do you think that might have been?
I hope it was Elvis.
It was. That was Elvis Presley. Good, excellent. Oh, you
I
look
found that a lot harder than I thought I was going to.
you look all spent after that, Tom. Right, Clint.
That's how you got into. Oh,
I like that.
I'm in the tunnels.
I
you
could
channeling
really
him.
hear tunnel. You're definitely going through a tunnel when you're doing that. It's great. Okay, Clint, you're up next. Over to you, Clinty.
here we go. Good grief.
Hey, how bad are his reception around McCutlet? It's proper minging. I can't get Tinder on. Bloody fuming I am. It's crazy. It's not a talk show.
I'm really impressed with your impressions. I'm impressed. I'm disappointed.
What's the best Oprah Winfrey you're going to hear?
This side of the bridge, my friend.
That was very good. Matt Lewis, any idea who that was?
Well, I hope it was Christopher Walken.
Oh, interesting. Christopher Walken.
I was going for Woody Allen.
Tom Parry's going for Woody Allen, and the answer is, well, Clint, you tell us.
Christopher Allen.
It was Woody Walken. It was Woody Allen. It was Woody Allen.
Very good. Yeah.
Now, this week saw the annual Why Didn't Gareth Bale Win This Award? I think the official name of it is Welsh Sports Personality of the Year, which this year was handed to
Tyson Fury!
was handed to rugby player Dan Biggar. Well done, Dan. Obviously, Dan Biggar's he's had a great year. Any fans of Biggar in?
Oh, yeah.
Tom
He's got
Parry?
those great dance moves.
He really has.
He has.
Yeah,
His little prep is just brilliant.
But he's only just started doing it. He didn't used to do it, and now he's suddenly.
But that's work, doesn't it? That's
what's made him so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that and kicking Lee Halfpenny in the knee, so he could be the
of
kicker.
course,
Now, Dan Biggar's obviously he's had a great year, but let's be honest, and many of us have been saying this week, as much as we love Dan Biggar, but if ever there was a year when Gareth Bale really should have taken Welsh Sports Personality of the Year, but it wasn't to be, we have discovered why. I have got an exclusive clip. It's a hidden camera footage here from inside the committee room when they were deciding this year's Welsh Sports Personality of the Year. This is a proper exclusive, guys. Obviously, this is radio, for those of you that haven't noticed yet. So we'll mainly use the audio for this footage. Have a careful listen to this.
Okay, right, guys, so Welsh Sports Personality of the Year 2015. Well, this won't take long.
Yeah, it's got to be Bale, isn't it? Let's just take a vote. All in favour of Gareth Bale? That's unanimous, then.
hang on. Hello? Yeah, speaking. So, can we fly him over? Right, we don't have the budget for that, okay? Is there a mega boat from Spain? Okay, thanks. Bad news, gentlemen. Gareth Bale can't make it over for the ceremony.
Oh, right. Who lives in Cardiff?
I've got the short list here. Jay Jones.
She's already won it, though.
Okay, so that rules out Geraint Thomas too, I suppose.
Unfortunately.
Non-Stanford.
I literally don't know what that is.
Well, it's got to be bigger then.
Okay, all in favour? That's lunch.
You're a bit harsh on non-Stanford. Anyway, in the spirit of awarding things to people because they're nearby, we thought we would have our first... So tenuous. This is so tenuous. We thought we'd have our first ever annual Leak Person of the Year. Bit of jeopardy at the end of that call. This is a highly prestigious honour handed out to someone who embodies the values which we here at the League hold dearest. It's someone who reflects the zeitgeist of our times, who holds the future in their hands, who has had a momentous 2015, which is about to finish in momentous fashion. It's also someone who is the first person we see when we open the door to the venue. Okay, right, guys, so let's get the bunting out. Tom, you can be in charge of that. Matthew Lewis, just get ready, get your makeup ready, because you're going to get a picture taken with them when they come in. Clint, Edwards, if you could just look a bit less scary. Actually, you can do a party popper, Clint, get a party popper. And there's a tiny cup as well. Have you got the tiny cup? Okay, fine, so this is our first ever Leak Person of the Year. This is very exciting. I'm literally going outside the venue right now. Well, the door is actually locked. That is a really great start. Okay, it's really rainy, so... There's quite a lot of people walking past. Excuse me, can I borrow you for 1 second? Literally, this could be the best moment of your day. I just need one human being to come and be a Person of the Year on my radio show. Would you be up for doing that?
Okay, yeah.
What's your name?
Matt.
Okay, Matt, so you're going to walk in there. You are going to be our Leaky Person of the Year.
Leaky person?
Yeah, this show's called The Leak. You know, you've heard of The Leak, right?
No, I can't say I have.
Sorry, what? It's going to take about 2.5 minutes.
Right, okay.
Come in. Right, so please come, welcome in. Here he comes. It's our Leak Person of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, is a man literally walking into a room with strangers. Matt, come on in. Yeah! Here he comes. Wow, amazing. Matt, how are you feeling right now?
Confused.
You've had an amazing 2015. Take us through how it's been for you.
Very good, I guess.
Okay, cool. Let's get a picture taken. This is Matthew Lewis. Matthew Lewis, he plays Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter. Obviously, you know who that is.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting?
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving me this honour.
He's genuine. Matt, how are you feeling right now?
Confused. Very good.
Okay, fine. We haven't moved on from confused. Okay, so let's get a picture. Okay, had a picture? Got a picture? Would you like to make an acceptance speech?
Thanks for the great award. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
What are your plans for 2016?
Work and try and maintain the League Award, I guess.
Round of applause for Matt, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. There we go. He is leaving the venue. What's interesting there is that he arrived there with his girlfriend and she was locked out for the duration of the... she's literally left. She has completely gone. And Matt and I goes, we have no way of getting in touch with him. That was Matt. That was brilliant. There we are. That's our Leaky Person of the Year, Matt. Hooray!
What I like a recording of is how Matt is now explaining.
Matt is right now with his girlfriend saying, so there were some people there. Someone set off a party popper in my face. Yeah, and then the guy from Harry Potter was there.
Man,
Darling, this is worse than... This sounds like one of your excuses when you go out late to a strip club.
Pickle your lying.
Right, so that is nearly all we've got time for on this week's audience-free League. It's been all right, hasn't it? It's been quite fun. We should do this more often.
Yeah, I think they've been the ones holding you back.
Yeah. My public are awful. So to end this week, something a little bit different. I say different because for the first time in the history of the League, apart from that last feature which we just did, we have no idea what's about to happen. Let me take you through this and bear with me. Earlier today, we were deciding how we were going to end this show. We were coming up with various ideas. We always like to do a song, something a bit silly, just a bit of fun to finish the show off. And we thought, because Shakin' Stevens he has re-released a new version of Merry Christmas, Everyone for charity. So we had this idea to rewrite some of the lyrics to that song to reflect the reality of Christmas. You know, the fact that everyone overspends or they hate being with their family, they all get diabetes, all that sort of stuff. So we were all ready to do that, and we were talking about that first thing this morning when our voiceover man, Nigel, piped up. And he said, I wondered if maybe the lyrics should be about the news for this. Didn't you, Nige? Yeah,
I did indeed, Tom.
You said it with a very hopeful look in your eyes. And we were like, well, maybe. And before I'd finished really saying that sentence, Nigel produced a piece of paper from his pocket with a full set of lyrics printed out on paper with ink, right? This guy believes in his ideas, man. So he was about to recite it, so we could sort of go over it and have a listen. When Dave Cribb, the show's producer, what did you say, Dave? What did you say at this point?
I just said, to be honest, whatever's on that piece of paper, we're definitely going to put it in the show.
Yes.
I almost don't need to hear what's on it.
If Nigel's got so much belief that he got the printer out of the loft.
I thought we were all doing this, you see. I mean,
you always say that, right? I thought this is what was happening. No, Nigel. So this is what we did. Nobody in the world has heard this song yet, apart from possibly Nigel's dog Rufus. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much to Tom Parry, Matthew Lewis, and Clint Edwards. You've been wonderful guests. Thank you very much for coming on the weirdest show ever.
What a pleasure.
To finish the show, please welcome a voiceover man called Nigel, who is about to sing a song he wrote about the news to the tune of Shakin' Stevens' "Merry Christmas, Everyone." I can't believe I just said this. Dave, over to you. Good luck, Nigel. This could be a big error.
Rain's been falling, flooded places. Seems that Desmond's gone down a storm. Woo-hoo! Wales performs worst in UK economy. It's no wonder we're forlorn. Seems that Donald Trump is calling bans on Muslims. What a dick. If he gets elected US president, take me out and shoot me quick. There's gonna be office parties tonight. Overpriced turkey meals and snogs that end in fights in the UK. In the UK. Overspending. Every Christmas, wearing debts, buying jumpers in all of the wrong sizes, but no ban on e-cigarettes. There's gonna be another crisis tonight, and our hopes of peace on earth will not be looking bright.
We're not doing two takes. It's the only take.
Right, what's to do then?
Wow.
Who'd we turn to? 'Cause our future seems quite bleak. Here's the answer. Listen to this radio show. Keep on smiling with the Leak. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You've been listening to The Leak. Thank you very much. We'll see you all soon. Goodbye.
The Leak was a Rubber Chicken production for BBC Radio Wales. Do it one more time.
Thank you so much for getting to the end of what was a weird but strangely wonderful show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did as well. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio Wales and keep an eye out on the Twitter and hopefully the Radio Wales, where we will put some pictures up of our Leak Person of the Year, Matt.
The Radio Wales?
Yeah, that's right. That's what they call it. That's what they're calling it now. This Radio Wales. That'll do.